Hitesh Jain, senior advocate from Mumbai, has in the past, and I think you still are, advising Sanjay Dutt. Mukesh Bhatt, president of the Film and Television Producers Guild of India, supports Sanjay Dutt and the reprieve he's got. So does senior advocate and NCP leader Majid Maman, questioning this reprieve. Rahul Narvekar of the Shiv Sena also advocate. Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate of the Supreme Court. Abha Singh, senior advocate and social activist. She's in our studios in Delhi. And Zebunissa Qazi's daughter is with me in our studios in Mumbai. She's not revealing her identity. Thank you very much. With the greatest of respect to the Supreme Court of India, and I'm not even getting into the question of whether once an appeal court dismisses an appeal, whether this case can be opened up again. That's a question that also will beg some discussion now, won't it, Rahul? Whether once a case is discussed, debated, appealed and closed, whether it can be opened up again.
There's no question. If he has filed a review petition and if the review petition has been dismissed, there's no further legal recourse left for the accused or for the convict other than filing a clemency petition before the President of India. That's the only alternate left. But before the judiciary, there's absolutely nothing left.
Nothing left.
Nothing left.
Sanjay Hegde feels, and I want to start with you, he feels that the case of Zebunissa Qazi is more deserving than that of Sanjay Dutt. Why do you think so?
Well, look, anybody who's over 70 in indifferent health, if you send her into prison, effectively you are saying that you are going to die in prison. In such cases, that is where clemency powers of the government come in. Clemency is an executive decision. If an application is made on her behalf, I would have expected the Home Minister of the state of Maharashtra or in the Union Home Ministry to have considered these cases fast enough. They had 4 weeks to surrender. The sentence was beginning. If these cases had been considered fast enough and a decision taken that at least people who are almost on the verge of death, they need not necessarily go to jail, especially if their roles are entirely peripheral. These are the kind of cases for which the clemency provisions are designed. They're not being used in this country. It is due to good fortune that in this particular case, because a film star is involved, because people have invoked clemency petitions, that the entire debate has been opened out.
Yeah.
In such cases, and not only in the Bombay Blast, but there are several such cases where clemency should be more often used.
Yeah. But in the present case, there's no clemency petition filed by the accused or the convicts.
The question is very simple. Question is very simple. No, question is very simple actually. Let's bring it down to basics. And again, I'm saying this with the greatest of respect to the Supreme Court of India. Majid Maman, what kind of an argument is this? I have got 282 crore rupees riding on my films. Well, that's your commitment. That's your problem. Deal with it. Somebody else has other commitments. Zebunissa Qazi can say, I have a commitment to take care of my daughter. How is Zebunissa Qazi's commitment to take care of her daughter less important than the personal financial profit of either Sanjay Dutt or those he is financially committed to?
Arnav, see, please try to understand that I have heard you now, you were making certain comments with, of course, highest respect to the Supreme Court. You know, this is not reopening the case. The case has been settled judicially, save and except a narrow window of review, which also has been exhausted in the case of Zebunissa and 2 others. Now, see the difference between now, you are trying to highlight and the people are misunderstanding the whole situation. It becomes my duty to explain if you give me a couple of minutes. See, what did Zebunissa get? What did she ask? What did Sanjay ask and what did he get? Let us not confuse. Zebunissa was asking for suspension of sentence till her clemency petition pending before the President of India is decided, which the Supreme Court negated.
Yeah.
Sanjay Dutt did not. Sanjay Dutt's petition is also pending. Arju's petition is pending. He didn't ask the Supreme Court
but
that
Majid
please
Maman,
give me concession till my petition is responded.
Majid Maman.
One more minute. One more sentence before you come in. See, now age is by itself not enough for this reason, that once the law finally has ordered you to serve the sentence, the question is when will you start serving?
One minute, I'm sorry.
You will become older after 1 year.
Again, with greatest of respect now to Sanjay Dutt. Truth must be told. Truth must be told.
No, the Supreme Court.
Truth must be told. Yes. Truth must be told. Sanjay Dutt at the age of 54 is not exactly India's #1 actor. He has some money riding on his films. Now the fact is, tomorrow, one minute. So allow me to finish my line of argument. I get Rahul Narvekar on this. Truth be told, I have great respect for Sanjay Dutt too. He is not at the prime of his career. Now, which means, by which logic, tomorrow, if there is a #1 actor, #2 actor, #3 actor, he'll say, I have 2,000 crores riding on my films. So I need a reasonable amount for Sanjay Dutt, maybe 8 weeks or 4 weeks. I need 2 years.
No, Arnab, forget about how much money is riding on the films. Tomorrow, if an industrialist who's accused and who's convicted comes and says, there are 20,000 shareholders who've invested in my company, they put their bread and butter. Are you going to give the same logic? This is not a very appropriate precedent to my mind, which has been set. This is a precedent which will be used by one and all. Today, you've got Sanjay Dutt. Tomorrow, if Salman Khan is convicted and if Saif Ali Khan is convicted, they'll say we've got 500 crores lying on us, so therefore give us time. Tomorrow, if an industrialist is arrested and
you're saying it opens the floodgate?
Of course it does. And it sets a very poor precedent to my mind.
This whole argument of opening of floodgate is misplaced. What he has been given just 4 weeks time and then he has to surrender. He has not been given a reprieve or he has been given pardon or we are making a debate as if he has been acquitted by the Supreme Court and reopened the case.
Question is
about the question which Rahul made about the industrialist and all these examples and concern. As far as when actor is acting in the movie, you cannot replace an actor.
Really?
As far as industry is concerned, it is the management that is there.
So
I don't think. And one more thing. Rahul, you and me, we have been there. There are matters you are aware as a lawyer. There is a power of SupremeOrt under Article 142. And if you are aware, in the Carbide case, the Supreme Court had settled the matter then by payment of compensation, and everybody were acquitted.
My point is, number one, of course, the same principle applies in case of an industrialist, because for an industrialist who has the special skills of managing a company, the people have invested in a company looking at that managing director. Number one. Number two.
Let them complete their argument.
Just give me half a minute. Number two, did anyone put a gun on the heads of these producers and tell them sign contracts with Sanjay Dutt? Yeah. They very well knew he is under trial. He's facing the judiciary. So they did that at their own risk, at their own peril. And number three, if financial constraints are going to be given weightage over justice, then God save the judiciary and of this country.
Question, let's get everyone in.
There is one more issue. You have to consider before you get everyone in. There is an issue. This is a case. No. There is a very important line of argument which has been missed in
his line of argument.
No. He is not this thing. This is in this case, all the convicts had been given 4 weeks time to surrender. There are thousands of cases where the convicts have been asked to surrender on a single day. So in that case, if that is the case, then all those thousands of people will say that all the 50 accused have been given 4 weeks time. So you cannot
you have faltered in your own argument.
So this is not a faltering of the argument. All these things of saying he has been because he is an actor, this is all a misnomer. Rahul, come on, we have done so many matters. People have been granted reprieve and all.
This decision of the Supreme Court only drives one point, that today financial constraints weigh over judicial decisions.
Now you are both remarkable advocates, gentlemen.
Arnab.
You are 1 minute. So coming to you. You are all remarkable advocates. Remarkable advocates, but I am not. But I just want to bring it to what I think is the core issue, and I want to put that to Mukesh Bhatt. Mukesh Bhatt, let's suppose we don't just have respect. We have the greatest amount of sympathy for this gentleman called Sanjay Dutt. Can you tell me whether these movies he's doing, including Police Giri and I don't know what their names are, whether he's performing national service? Is he performing national service by making these movies?
No, listen. I completely understand the hate scenario around a film actor, which is very
there's no
natural.
hate. No,
Everybody
don't
wants to
mistake
hate
it.
somebody who's
Don't
successful.
mistake it. Don't
Who's
mistake
successful.
it. Don't mistake
See,
it,
listen,
Mukesh
let us
Bhatt.
not
Don't
we're
mistake
not
hate.
disputing. Can you let me
Equality
talk?
before the law.
No, listen, you asked me a question. Arnav, either you let me talk or you only talk.
No, answer,
You
but
asked
don't
me a
say hate.
question, let me first talk. Listen to me first. When you ask me a question, will you allow me to talk?
Yeah, please, but don't say hate.
Or you'll only go on talking your point of view and not let me talk at all?
I'm just saying don't use a word like hate. Nobody has hate. We are talking about equality of law, Mr. Bhatt. That's all.
I can hear that. Anyway, that's my point of view. You might beg to differ from me. That's a different thing. What I want to tell you, plain and simple, I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand all that. We're not talking about judicial justice or injustice and all that. We requested the Supreme Court, and we all must respect the Supreme Court with the highest esteem, because that's what we are supposed to do as citizens of the country.
Of course we do.
They are aware people, the enlightened people, they have come and said that 4 weeks is granted so that there are workers whose money has been blocked for films which are more than, listen to me, and then you can talk what you want to talk. The workers whose monies have been blocked, innocent workers, not producers only, because everybody thinks that a producer is some czar. You don't realize, I'm a filmmaker also, there are 90% of the producers sign hundis, borrow money on interest. Even the film is more than 90% ready, it requires just a 4 or 5 day shooting left to complete. There are families will be wiped out. So if Sanjay Dutt goes 4 weeks later, completing 4 or 5 important films which are more than 90 to 95% complete, you will be saving a lot of lives, whether they are workers, technicians, producers, families who have borrowed crores of rupees interest. By him going 4 weeks later, is not going to be end of the world. That's what we are trying to say.
So what is
the judgment given that he has to go behind bars? So be it.
Mr. Bhatt,
but by helping him go 4 weeks later and solving the lives of hundreds of people, I don't see any problem.
Hundreds of people. Lives have to be solved. One minute.
Similar situation.
One minute.
In 1951, in Balraj Sahni's case. Just give me a minute. Arnab, Balraj Sahni was in prison. There was a movie to be completed. It was a movie called Halchal. Balraj Sahni used to be let out by the prison authorities with guards. He used to go complete his shooting, and he used to come back at the end of the day in prison. It is not as if these movies could not have been made without Sanjay Dutt being at liberty. He could have done his sentence, and in extreme cases, the government of the day could have even allowed him to complete the movies.
I am asking today.
This application was only a ruse, only a reason to get some time.
If such relief.
1 minute. Abha Singh.
Reliefs also.
Abha Singh, Mukesh Bhatt says, Sanjay Dutt is not doing this for Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt is doing this for the people. Sanjay Dutt is doing this for the ordinary workers, for their families. Sanjay Dutt is performing, according to Mukesh Bhatt, some kind of social service by staying out of jail for the next 4 weeks.
This is all a commercial venture. This is a commercial venture, and if for protecting the interests of the money of Sanjay Dutt and the producers, if humanitarian clause has been taken, I am saddened today that Article 42, which was supposed to be used for extraordinary situations, it has been used to suspend the sentence of Azad Hind Fauj, of people involved in the naval mutiny, and today that 142 is being used for a person who was involved in Mumbai 93 blast. I mean, he had procured AK-56, he had destroyed it. TADA charges were dropped, but CBI did not go in appeal. I would like to tell them that CBI asked for permission to go in appeal, but it was shut down by the government. And now again you come to the Aam Aadmi, the poor man, he would not even get 10,000, 50,000, and you talk 300 crores. It is a commercial venture, and for that CRPC 418 is there. They can use the law of contract, get the money out. But using humanitarian Article 142 for movies, it is shocking that a lady who is 70 Shah mercy petition was turned down, and now we should go for a parity, and she should move tomorrow on parity grounds, because law says that once you have given to somebody on the same issue, it has to be given.
Let me make
and
one thing
yesterday
clear.
the judge said that it will open a Pandora's box, and it has opened.
It has opened a Pandora's box, no doubt about it.
It has not opened Pandora's box. Let's not make this thing. Sanjay Dutt was only convicted under Arms Act. Zebunisa was convicted under TADA. So there were two different. Second thing, Sanjay Dutt did not apply for pardon. Sanjay Dutt did not apply any pending reliefs and all. He straight away applied that I am asking. And ultimately what is happening? He is going to surrender after 4 weeks.
It's not a question of whether he will surrender. You see, the question always...
And about Article 142, what Abba was telling, it was invoked in the Carbide case also.
I now want to get Kazi's daughter. You see, the moot issue here is 2 or 3 issues. Is age, I'm just putting this for viewers, is age, ill health, less important a consideration than money put in films? That's quite... 1 minute, please, don't get worked up. Second question is,
if you permit me,
I will come to you, sir. Is the private financial risk of producers more important than, say, the commitments that somebody else may have? They're not talking apples and oranges. The comparison will be made, Mr. Memon. I'm coming back to you, but I'd like to go to Zebunisa Kazi's daughter, who's been listening to this debate.
Yes,
what hope do you have now? And this, how do you feel, given the situation? And when you heard about Sanjay Dutt getting 4 more weeks, what was your reaction?
I was very upset.
Why?
I was very upset because I was in Delhi for last 4 days. Running from one lawyer to another lawyer, preparing petitions, and seeking some time, some relief for my mother. She's a senior citizen, and I had in my time to surrender, I had taken down both the points, merits of the case and medical grounds also. So, but it was dismissed by the court.
No, but they are saying today, Majid Memon is saying, Hitesh Jain is saying, they are all saying that you have not applied in the way that Sanjay Dutt applied, and had you applied under different considerations, it might have been taken into account.
How else would you want her to apply? She's put forth the health ground in her petition. In the application, there is a health ground.
There is a difference. There is a difference. Rahul, you have to understand the fundamental difference. If you apply such precedents where a person gets convicted, makes an application to the president that you grant me a pardon, and pending that hearing, if that, it will be.
I think both, with due respect to Mr. Majid Menon as well as Mr. Hitesh Jain, what she has filed is a review petition. She has not yet filed.
No. Rahul, you are not aware there is a petition.
She has not yet filed any clemency before the President of India.
Rahul,
and therefore, what you are saying is incorrect.
Rahul,
she has said, pending my review petition, kindly pending my review petition.
Rahul, you are not aware there was a specific petition filed before Justice Kabir that pending his grant of pardon, she should be given a reprieve. So if you are not aware, please don't make such statements.
Majid Memon, please. Majid Memon to Rahul. Majid Memon, please.
Let us quietly hear me. Now 1 minute, please. Let us quietly understand.
Listening.
See, there has to be some sanity in submissions, in prayers. If a sick person wants some grace of the type which Sanjay has been granted, then there has to be a proper approach. Now what should be that approach? A sick person must say, see, I am 70 plus. I am ill, I am bedridden, I am under constant medical treatment.
No, what is this?
And I cannot afford to terminate my medical treatment. I am on dialysis or some surgery. Please give me some more time so that I wind up this medical treatment. Just 1 minute. And Supreme Court would certainly have granted it, not just 4 weeks, but even 3 months or 6 months. But that is not the approach. And number 2, or now very importantly, only fact that I am very old, so please don't let me surrender now, I will surrender later so that I will become older.
No, but Mr. Memon, I'm sorry, Mr. Memon, suppose I take your argument, right, Mr. Memon?
Yes.
That just because somebody is very old or very sick or terrible or 82, 83 years old is no argument. But then please tell me, you have not answered my question. Just because somebody has signed 5 or 6 movies, 1 minute, sir. It's not my problem.
No.
It's not my problem that he signed 7 movies. Suppose Sanjay Dutt was a flop actor. A flop actor who didn't get any movies. You are saying if he didn't get any movies, he would have to go tomorrow. If he's got 7 movies, then he will get a month. Then if he's got 20 movies, he'll get 2 months.
Unfortunately, Arnav, you have neither time nor patience to hear me. I can't explain my point, that's all. Because you are running short of time and you can't hear somebody patiently for a minute.
Mr. Memon, you are aware.
I cannot.
You are aware.
In your debate, I cannot.
You are aware, Mr. Memon.
I will satisfy you if you give me 2 minutes.
Mr. Memon, I will give you more time, but you must understand, Mr. Memon. The plea by Sanjay Dutt is only on the grounds of mercy. It is not on any constitutional rights. And mercy is being sought because he's got movies to do.
Indulgence, Arnav, please understand, indulgence, beseeching grace and indulgence. Please understand legal phrases and what do they mean.
Why is indulgence given to complete movies?
What he's asking is, now 1 minute, heavens are not going to fall if a person who has committed allegedly a crime in January 1993 to serve the remainder of his sentence dutifully a month later. Why
heavens are certainly not going to fall. Mr. Menon, I totally agree with you that 1 month, okay, if he's waited for 5, 7, 10 years, 1 month is not going to make a difference. But yes, what is the perception of the country going to be? What is the perception with regards to law going to be? What is the precedent that's going to be set? Tomorrow, like I told you, today Sanjay Dutt, okay, he's waited so long. Tomorrow, everyone will ask for this kind of a relief. Is it going to be fair?
You don't understand, please.
Sanjay Hegde.
No precedent. This is no parity.
Sanjay Hegde.
Look, this is not a precedent.
Sanjay Hegde.
The question is, why does one person get indulgence and not another? That's the real question. Why should only indulgence be shown to the rich? And we had a Supreme Court which, at least in the 70s and 80s, was seen as more being towards the poor. Today we have gone back to the day when, in Krishna Iyer's famous words, it has become a court for constitutional quibbling for men with long purses. That is what's happening, and that is an unfortunate message which is going. Maybe the Supreme Court should probably think of giving everybody 2 months. Please put all your affairs in order, and therefore at least this unfortunate passage should be put behind you.
That is the real approach. Justice needs not only be delivered, it should appear to be delivered. So if there is 4 weeks for Sanjay Dutt, it has to be for Zebunissa, because parity concept has to be there.
Are you hopeful?
In the same offence, in the same crime.
I think that is very fair. Everybody should be given 2 months to finish their respective courts and then go and do their punishment.
What are you saying, Mr. Bhatt? Just repeat yourself, missed the last word.
I feel that what she said just now, that all these people should be given 4 or 6 weeks, whatever it is, to finish their respective courts, whether it's a treatment for Zebunissa's case or the other person who's going to dialysis or something like that. Give them that 4 or 6 weeks.
Mr. Bhatt,
for them to settle and then go.
Mr. Bhatt,
the earth is not going to fall apart.
Mr. Bhatt,
6 weeks.
Mr. Bhatt, answer a simple question, please. Simple question for you. There will be other cases in which several people may not be as lucky to have a Sanjay Dutt type person getting their appeal positively heard before them. So, should everybody in India hope? 1 minute, Mr. Bhatt. Now that you are saying, now that my question, 1 minute, Mr. Bhatt. Have the patience to listen, Mr. Bhatt. The question is this: why, Mr. Bhatt, should the appeals and the appeals process of other individuals be subject to the appeals judgment of a Sanjay Dutt kind of person? So if Sanjay Dutt did not get, then others cannot apply. But if Sanjay Dutt got, okay, now that he's got, you also can try. What kind of logic is that?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
That's what you're implying.
If the Supreme Court feels... See, let us respect the judgment of the Supreme Court.
Of course we respect the judgment of the Supreme Court, but we're discussing it.
If the Supreme Court says that A deserves to get a reprieve of a couple of weeks, or B gets required, let them decide. Who are you and me to question that?
I am asking you a simple question which you have failed to answer. Why should the process of appeals of all other individuals... No, 1 minute.
If the Supreme Court feels that even the others need to get 4 weeks or 6 weeks, so be it.
No one. I don't
What's
think
the problem?
anyone. No, I don't think anyone.
You're not getting the point, Mr. Bhatt.
The problem here is that we are doing the job of the Supreme Court.
Mr. Bhatt, you're a strong Bollywood lobby. Mr. Bhatt, let's be very clear. Mr. Bhatt, you represent a strong Bollywood lobby, backing a strong Bollywood personality. It's a self-interest group. It's a self-interest group.
Common sense.
No, none of us are sitting
You represent
out
the
here
challenge.
challenging.
4 weeks now, something more will come for Sanjay Dutt and maybe the pardon also comes.
No, Mr. Bhatt, none of us here are challenging the wisdom of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, we've got the highest respect for the Supreme Court. Whatever they've done, they've done it in their wisdom. What they've done for the last 20 years, the judiciary, we cannot judge that in 30 minutes sitting here, all conceded. But what we are trying to understand is the judgment that has been delivered, the decision that has been delivered, what is the implication of that in further cases,
Rahul,
in future cases?
Rahul,
please also appreciate that.
Rahul,
is that the proper precedent that we've
consider,
set? Is that the proper perception that we've given out to the country? This is what we need to understand.
This is the perception is that there are in many cases
yesterday one bench
people
of
surrender
judges
within
said
1 day.
this only, that tomorrow everybody would come and ask for mercy. It would be a rape
I
convict,
don't think
it would
so.
be a
I think
murder
we are
convict,
generalizing.
would say my son is dying, my son has cancer, my wife is dying. So these issues should be taken up. Humanitarian is a very vast thing. Everyone will say everything can be
no extension
humanitarian.
was sought on any personal ground of Sanjay Dutt.
commercial
Neither any
interest
extension
in the
was
garb
sought
of
on
humanitarian ground
even the
is-
commercial, not for
it's
his,
shocking,
that he will be
sadly,
losing
when
the
you-
revenue.
No,
But that's even more reason. That's even more reason for not allowing.
But
why should we have mercy on people who are not even concerned with the matter? If they are suffering a financial loss, it's their business.
No, but
Mr.
when we are talking, allow me to
Mr.
complete my
Mr.
point. Allow me to complete one point which has been made. This is not the case where he has been given a special. We are talking as if.
Mr. Jain,
Allow me to complete one point.
Mr. Jain, allow me. You see, you're on very weak ground here. I'll tell you.
No, I will tell you. Answer my one question.
Mr. Bhatt,
Answer my one
thank you
question.
for becoming an anchor. I won't let you.
Answer my one question.
No, I will.
Because
Mr. Bhatt,
is he the only person who has been granted such extension? Is such extension granted in this country only to Mr. Dutt? Or people in this case also have been granted 4 weeks extension? And what about those people who have been asked to surrender on day one itself, and all the accused over here who got 4 weeks time, even those people will be complaining that a special this thing was given to all the accused. So I think this is not the case where any special case has been made out. I think we will be. I think.
Mr. Hitesh Jain. One second. Rahul Narvekar, I have a bad habit. My bad habit is if anybody on Newshour asks me a question, I am forced to ask them a counter question. So my counter question to you is this. You will agree that the Supreme Court observed the producers should have realized and considered the fact that Sanjay Dutt was having such a case. 1 minute. So when you sign the projects and sign Sanjay Dutt for cases, you know that you are taking a risk. So your risk, your problem.
At the end
no,
of
why
the
should
day,
why
are we
should why,
questioning the order of the Supreme Court?
No, I am asking you the logic.
That's the problem. We are
no accept the order in the totality.
Mr. Hitesh Jain, we've made it quite clear that none of us are doubting the judgment delivered by the Supreme Court. What we are debating out here is what is going to be the implication of this judgment in future.
It will have no implication.
It will have no implication, Rahul. You are aware, you are arguing for the sake of arguing.
And I think each one of us have a right to do that.
A very wrong precedent has been set.
No, where is it?
This is not a precedent.
Where is it
This
said?
is not a precedent.
No, that is your That is your.
This is not a
that is
precedent,
your
Arnab.
That is your interpretation.
Irrespective of
Arnab,
whether
if you
it is
want
a
to know, you know what
precedent
can
or
be
not
the
a precedent, it
precedent?
has sent a wrong message.
If
One second. Yes.
That is the real problem with the order.
Now I want to go back.
No, Arnab, one more point.
Because
If this is a precedent, then the precedent will
thing
be on the
is
day
that
one.
if you have a strong lawyer there and you keep pleading, something or the other will come up. Okay, you don't get 6 months, you get 4 weeks. But somebody who cannot keep coming to the Supreme Court, I don't know of too many accused who after their sentence has been upheld by the Supreme Court, come back to the Supreme Court and say, now please give me some more time.
Sanjay, the case
My
question where you are raising, Mr. Nariman also argued he did not get the order. So I don't agree that merely because there are senior lawyers going, therefore you got the order. I think that's you're not doing the.
I don't say anything about senior lawyers. I am saying that ultimately
I'm asking a question to the viewers. I'm asking
access to justice often means access to lawyers.
I'm asking a question to viewers.
The court
to viewers
may make a mistake.
To viewers.
Extra indulgent
to viewers.
To some people or to some people who made applications.
One. I have something to say to the Newshour viewers. Newshour viewers, I want you to tell us what you think about the arguments put by Mukesh Bhatt, and I assure you I will put them. I'm saying this on television. I'll take your feedback and I'll send it across to Mukesh Bhatt. Mukesh Bhatt says here today that this is not about Sanjay Dutt. This is about the several hundreds of people who are working for the films. We are also concerned about that, and that is a genuine concern. I am asking here today, do you believe in the strength of the argument of Mukesh Bhatt that this is not about Sanjay Dutt, it is about all the people working in the films? And do you believe then that this is a strong enough argument? And do you believe that Mr. Mukesh Bhatt is representing justice as large, or is Mukesh Bhatt representing a self-interest group of the film industry? I'll send all the feedback, Mr. Bhatt, straight to you, but I have a question to ask here to Zebunisa Qazi's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me.
Now my question, I'll send all that feedback to you, Mr. Bhatt, but my question is to Zebunisa Qazi's daughter.
Sure, please send me the feedback, but I want to tell you one thing very clearly, Arnav, is that I want to tell all the viewers is that it is the reprieve of 4 weeks has got nothing to do with Sanjay Dutt or his judgment. It has to do with innocent workers whose money is at stake.
I want to know how many people believe you.
By helping those workers get their due and by just delaying his...
Mr. Bhatt, when your films do exceptionally well, how much bonus do you pay those workers? You're so concerned about them.
A couple of weeks.
When your films do so well, how much bonus do you give those workers?
Doldrums. I feel there's nothing wrong in it.
Zebunisa Qazi's daughter, are you hopeful after this, or are you concerned now as you approach the court one more time?
I will try one more time. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Has your mother been following this debate which has been going on?
I think so, yes.
What does she feel about the whole debate going on about Sanjay Dutt, being celebrity, hence having films getting a little reprieve?
No, she didn't say anything about Sanjay Dutt. She, like I told you, I was in Delhi for 4 days filing all these petitions to just get some time for her, and I didn't succeed. So when I came back home, so she was really concerned that you worked so hard and you didn't get anything. So she was really bothered about me. She didn't think about Sanjay Dutt getting any relief.
So you're not against Sanjay Dutt,
no,
but you're more for justice for your mother.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all my guests for joining me.
I really appreciate what she said now, Arnav. My heart also goes out to Zebunisa because she is also, my heart goes to her that she should also have got some kind of a reprieve. What I mean to say is that
I'm sure she will get it tomorrow on the grounds of parity, because tomorrow Sanjay Dutt's judgment will be there to be quoted.
The way she has said about Sanjay Dutt.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2. Thank you very much, gentlemen.